Okay.
And he was big, and he was real big in high school. He did his thing. And then also the Heat and the Knicks. You know, your Knicks, they were on that futility sweep, and they won a game. So now I believe tonight they're back in Miami, right?
Yeah, they're done tonight. They'll be finished. It was over. It was over even before. Frankly, even before the series started. They don't have a point guard.
Yeah.
They've had 3 point guards go out in about a month.
And Baron Davis, his career is probably over.
Oh yeah. At 33, I believe he tore an ACL, an MCL, and a partial tear of the patella tendon.
Yeah, he's all done.
So they anticipate it'll take about 12 months for him to come back, which means he'll be about 34 going on 35, which is not the best thing for a point guard.
Yeah, it's not looking good for B. Diddy. You had a good career, man. I appreciated you as a point guard, but it's a wrap. Hopefully you got something set up for after basketball.
Yes.
And we're going to switch gears one more time before we end it all, the NFL. I was looking at, as I told you guys, I'm a Falcons and a Lions fan. Those are my 2 teams. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you like it or not. Those are my 2 teams. My Falcons cut our fullback today, Obi Mahaley.
Oh, I want the Jets to pick him up.
Yep, they cut Obi Mahaley.
Why?
He was due, they're just saying right now it's financial.
Oh, please.
He was due.
I hope the Jets get him.
He was due $3 million this season. And, we signed Asante Samuel to a 3-year, $18 million contract.
Oh, yeah, I'll take him.
So we've been trying to get our cap numbers right. We got $3 million back from the whole Michael Vick debacle, and cutting Obi Mahaley, and we just drafted a fullback from Wisconsin who's in a similar mode.
Right.
So they're expecting him. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Whatever happened to Mike Vick?
He's in Philadelphia doing wonderful.
Okay.
He's a starting quarterback for Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
So he's doing well, and actually they drafted well. Philadelphia Eagles drafted well, and they should be a better team. Now, what's going on with your team and with the Jets?
Well, my biggest problem right now with the Jets is the fact that everyone is in love with what New England does, no matter what they do. And everything that the Jets does is garbage. They picked Quentin Coples at number 16 in the draft, defensive end from University of North Carolina. And frankly, he wasn't expected to be there at number 16. He had been thought of until very recently as a top 10 pick. So he was somebody that, frankly, we didn't expect to be there. And despite the fact that we have defensive ends, we took this fella because he's way a big upgrade over what we have already.
Yeah, I needed some youth anyways.
Right. So, and the big deal is, as far as people like Pete Prisco and Ray Lucas, is that they hated this pick because they loved Melvin Ingram. And now my big problem with Melvin Ingram is that he is 6'1", about 270, 280 pounds, and he has 29-inch arms. Now, for Wolf and all the rest of you who don't know what that means, in football, you need to be able to create separation between yourself and the person who's trying to stop you from getting to the person with the ball.
Right.
And the best way is to hold them off, with your arms extended. And so, hence, the longer your arms are, the better your chances of disengaging and being able to reach the person.
I would dominate.
You would dominate because you have arms like a gorilla.
Anime Man told me that. Anime Man said, I wish I'd have knew Wolf in high school. I would have made sure he was an athlete. I would have made him play sports.
I was big and probably the most athletic guy in school. I just didn't want to play.
And Wolf has some long arms. He can scratch his ankles right now, sitting down or standing up. It doesn't matter.
Don't even have to bend over. Hurts my back anyway. Just stand up and stretch them.
So we digress.
Yes, sir.
Hence, we chose Quentin Coples, which was met with mixed reactions by Jet fans, which, by the way, those Jet fans have no idea what they're talking about. They're usually standing in front of the camera and looking for some exposure of some kind. So, but this is a call out to the Pete Priscos and the Ray Lucases of the world. You better hope that Coples is not only a complete bust, but that Melvin Ingram, this month's favorite player, gets 10 plus sacks this year. Because if not, you'll be hearing from me, and you won't like what I have to say to you.
I love it.
Our second round pick, Stephen Hill, will be a matchup nightmare for anyone playing against us, including the greatest of all time, Bill Belichick. They better swing coverage over to this young man's side of the field because he runs a 4.3 40, and because if they don't, they're risking getting third-degree burns. At 6'4", he's also a red zone nightmare.
Oh yeah.
So and he has, by the way, a 39.5-inch vertical.
Yeah.
So which means he's somewhere around 14 feet up in the air when he jumps. So he's a nightmare for any defensive coordinator, and nobody really has had a problem with the pick. The problem that I have with the New England angle of this is that everything that they do is fantastic. So had they chosen Quentin Coples, he would be pretty much automatically inducted into the Football Hall of Fame. In so being, they chose a fella by the name of Chandler Jones, whose brother is an MMA participant, Rashad Jones. And his brother plays for the Baltimore Ravens. He's a defensive end from Syracuse. And he was hurt last year. I believe he was out 5 games or so. And I think he had like 4.5 sacks last year. But he was a fast riser at the end of just before the draft. So he was a hot commodity, and Coples was going downward. But when you see these two fellas, they're pretty much of the same ilk. They have long arms. Well, in the case of Coples, he's 6'6", 285 pounds. So, and there's a show called Sports Science that this fella, he takes players and they attach these electrodes or whatever they call them to them, and they measure their speed and their explosiveness and whatever. And they showed that when he jumps up in the air, I think he goes up about 14 feet up in the air when he jumps. So thereby pretty much, obscuring the sun, let alone whatever person the quarterback is trying to throw to. So I really love the pick of Quentin Coples. I love the pick of Stephen Hill, who, by the way, is from Lithonia, Georgia. And Georgia Tech, and is going to be an absolute nightmare for everybody who has to deal with him. And I'm looking forward to the season. But again, if Bill Belichick picks you, everybody loves it. If he doesn't, or if Rex Ryan picks you, well, we don't know, and we'll have to see. You're going to see. You're gonna see, because they had to sit out Quentin Coples. They just had a rookie minicamp. They had to sit him out the second day because he was tearing apart the people he was playing the first day. And they asked Rex Ryan, "Well, are you sitting him for disciplinary reasons?" He's like, "No, he's kicking everybody's ass."
Yeah, we gotta get other rookies,
and we gotta give somebody else a chance to show some. I mean, he was blowing by whoever was checking him, whoever was trying to block him. He said he had about 6 sacks. Simulated sacks on the first day alone, and they just couldn't keep up with him. These are undrafted rookies. These are rookies, period, and they just couldn't stay with him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be big, And spoken like a true New Yorker, of course, Lou hates Belichick because he's a New England man. That's like their arch rival, right?
Yes,
absolutely. So I think the Jets are gonna take a step forward. I really do. I think they'll be a better team this year. They won't be as good as my team, but they'll be a good team nonetheless. And we're gonna end the show on that note. Lou, with some very valuable information. We enjoy you guys sitting with us, chatting with us. We thank you for the comments that we've been gotten. We're trying to get over 100 now. We're in the upper 60s, 70s right now as far as people commenting and checking on the show. We're trying to get over 100 now.
Yeah.
So it's a small number, but it's big for us because we're building this. We're building an engine that you guys don't even realize that you're a part of. So we thank you to our fans. I'm gonna sign off. I'm Scott Baker. Lou and Wolf, y'all can take it away, man.
Yeah, I better go first because last time you destroyed me. Again, I'm still floored by Mr. Lou's ending statement. So I have no one to say goodbye to, but I'll just say goodbye to you. Good day, good night, and if it comes through a window, it's not healthy to eat.
I want to say goodnight to Warren Weinstein. He's a Jewish businessman from Maryland who has been kidnapped in Pakistan.
Oh, yeah.
Dear.
Damn it, Warren.
All right, Warren, you went to Pakistan because you wanted to make a buck, and I'm all for that.
All for that.
Now understand this: you are a Jew in an Arab nation. Yes, they kidnapped you, and I really don't have a problem with that because that's your business. Now, you have come out and had a video instructing our president, Obama, that he needs to drop whatever he has to do in order to save your Jewish ass. And the fact is, that's your problem, Warren. You know, you wanted to make a buck. You got, sometimes be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. And I don't believe that we should negotiate with terrorists. So, in that case, you're shit out of luck.
Yes.
So, I hope that everything turns out well for you. I really do. And I really hope that it ends up well for you. But I'm not going to even try to act like I really give a rat's ass about your behind getting kidnapped in an Arab nation when you're Jewish.
We'll send you a matzah.
Hope you got a lot of liquid assets.
Oy vey. God bless you.